Well, hey now, happy Friday, y'all. What's going on? It is August the 1st. You already know 8-1. It's 8-1. It's Friday. What a beautiful day to start a new month, a Friday. So get in here, share the scoop. I got a good scoop for us on today. I'm excited about today's episode of Morning Cereal. Yes, morning conversations that encourage relevant examinations around life. And I want to have a conversation that I believe is relevant, especially to a lot of things that have been going on, especially in my social media. So get in here. I see you getting in here on YouTube. What's up? Y'all share. I see you on Facebook. Good morning. How y'all doing? How you feeling? How you doing this morning? You doing all right? Are you feeling all right? Did you wake up this morning? Do you have a little energy? Are you excited about the day? Are you ready to see what happens on today? Yeah, let me know that you're here. Say good morning in the comments on today. So listen, I'm not going to be on here too long. Y'all know I don't like the episodes to be too long, but I do believe that we have a scoop that could encourage you. Y'all know, first of all, I love the month of August, right? I don't know why. It's not my birth month, but it might as well be because something about August for me feels like alignment. It's back to school. It's back to rhythm. It's back to real life. And I know some of y'all don't like August for those exact reasons. And it also kind of feels like summer is ending. But I don't know, the older that I've gotten, the more I've learned to appreciate the shift that August brings. And a lot of great things, especially since I've gotten older, have happened in the month of August. I met my husband in the month of August. And then not only did we meet in the month of August, but then the next August, we stood before God and our family and our very dear and close friends, and we said, I do again. And so, that it's a love month for me. And then of course, I gotta add that when I became a Delta woman, I love the month of August because I could write my line number at the start of every date, right? And so it was like 8-1 or 8.22 or 8.16, in honor of my line sisters. And so I like August. And so I was thinking about new beginnings, right? And how 8-1, I was writing earlier and I was writing my devotion. I put 8-1. And I said, this is not just a date, but it's a declaration. The number 8 means new beginnings. And that's what this month and this morning and new mornings are all about. They are about new beginnings. And if we're honest, a new beginning can start in our mindsets and in our hearts. But get this, it can't start if we're still carrying old cycles. If we keep carrying around old cycles, you can't start fresh while you're still clinging to what's broken. So if we decide, you know what, I want a fresh start, I want a new beginning, that means we got to repair some things, right? And so that's what I want to talk about. We repeat what we don't repair. Yeah, we repeat what we don't repair. I don't care if it is a habit, if it's a heartbreak, or some hidden hurt. If you don't fix it, guess what? it always finds its way back. It always ends up resurfacing in our life, dressed in new clothes, but with the same consequences. And so I want to talk about cycles. I want to talk about culture, and I want to talk about healing. Yeah. So that the work that we really are called to do can actually happen. Why? Because we're addressing the cycle. We're addressing the culture. And so it's August the 1st. I'm coming in hot. It's a new scoop. It's a new day. It's a new beginning. Holla at your girl. Y'all in here? All right, all right. So listen, I was reading Jeremiah 6. Jeremiah 6 and 14. And it says that they offer superficial treatments for my people's mortal wound. They give assurances of peace when there is no peace. What are you saying? Y'all, we're not stuck because God hasn't moved. We're stuck because we keep ignoring the thing that needs healing. And that means we got to tell the truth. Because the truth of that is cycles will continue when accountability is absent. And I know it's hard for us to be accountable. I'm trying to get my comments up over here. I know it's hard for us to be accountable. But in order for us to break a cycle, we have to be accountable. Some of us are shouting over habits that we refuse to humble ourselves to heal. We fast, yeah, but we're also being fake in some areas. And we pick it back up and we get excited about breaking something for a while, feeling good about it, feeling better, but then picking it right back up and being like, well, I got that over with. But we can't rebuke what we're still attached to. We have these unspoken pains. We have these buried betrayals. We have habits that we excuse with humor. We laugh about it. We say, it's funny. But the reality is, if we don't repair it, we'll continue to repeat it. And worse, we'll pass it down. When I tell you it's so true what they say about you'll get it back in your child. I have a 4-year-old, and a lot of people kept trying to say, if you have a girl, she's going to act just like you. It doesn't matter. A habit is a habit. A girl going to pick it up, a boy going to pick it up. And my God, today, John Lucas is hard-headed. He hard-headed. He does things that he know he's not supposed to be doing. He does things that I tell him not to do. It don't matter if you pop, if you take something from him, if you put him in time out, he doesn't care. He's very resilient. He has a resolve to where he can sit through it and it doesn't faze him. And I had to look at myself and I said, you know what? I used to do the exact same thing. I used to do the exact same thing. And until I start recognizing and we start recognizing the habits that we pass down and address it, they won't break. Who am I talking to in here on today? In our culture, in our families, we were taught to survive, right? To be strong, to push through. But the reality is, survival is not the same as healing. And silence is not the same as peace. And I know that we have generations of conversations and trauma that has been passed on to us, especially that one, what happens in this house stays in this house. But what ends up happening is what stayed in the house end up seeping into our bodies, into our relationships, into our parenting, and into our pulpits. Ooh, child. It's like I want the music, but the music is, ooh, child, it got heavy. Am I the only one? And so today's scoop, y'all, I want us to repair so we don't repeat. Right? I want us to be more accountable. Like, we didn't just inherit land and legacy and history and historic sanctuaries and buildings. The truth is, we also inherited brokenness. We inherited coping mechanisms and unspoken grief. And so if we're going to rebel at anything, let's rebel in our healing. Because the truth is, healing is not rebellious. It's different from what we've seen and what we've experienced growing up. Is different. But healing is restoration. And I believe that God is calling us to restore and to repair. And so we can't keep offering altar calls without offering therapy. I love ministries that also have therapists on staff, because we can't keep teaching forgiveness while ignoring family systems. So we have to speak holistically the way they talk and the way the village was set up growing up. It was necessary. We knew who to talk to. We knew who we could trust. We knew who had the remedies. Come on, somebody. But we live in seclusion so much, and we don't like to talk about it. Why? Because we like to gossip. We don't like to heal. We like to gossip. And y'all do like to gossip because we call God. Gossip is now called podcasts, and we love them. And I got one. But I want to use my platform as a space for accountability and for healing. Because we can't continue to lay hands on people and then walk past their pain during the week. Deliverance is not just what happens on Sunday morning, y'all. It's what happens when we dare to confront what's been festering on Monday night. We can't keep giving people peace without the process. It's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to have everything right now. Yes, you can have it all, but maybe you can't have it all at the same time. So, this scoop is to encourage us to stop labeling cycles as just God's timing. No, some of these cycles are not divine delays. Some of them are just our human disobedience. They are human decisions that we refuse to change. So let's stop pretending that you're over it when you haven't faced it. Let's stop spiritualizing cycles that God gave you the wisdom to break. Stop confusing numbness for healing, because now is the time that we have to do the work. Now is the time that we go and call the counselor, that we set healthy boundaries, that we apologize. Apologize and take responsibility. I did that. I said that. Do it before another year starts. Yeah. Especially if you're going to keep repeating that same spiritual lie that this is my season. Well, plant something that's going to produce a harvest. Growth doesn't just require faith, it demands action. You don't grow by praying about the pain, you grow by healing it. And so the scoop is we got to repair so that we do not repeat. We want to heal so that we can grow. And then I pray that we see the harvest in our families, a harvest in our children, a harvest in our sanctuaries. I pray revival breaks out and people are truly healed. People are truly freed. People truly feel safe. Everybody should feel safe in the house of God. But we keep repeating what we don't repair. And so on this 8-1, I pray that you examine your heart and see, God, what do I need to repair so that it is not repeated on my watch? God, what is it that I need to repair so that it is not repeated on my watch? God, I don't want to blame anybody else. God, I don't want to look at what happened to them. God, I don't want to say, well, this is how. No, God, what? God, help me examine my heart so that I don't repeat what I should have been repairing. So I pray that restoration happens because of your examination. And I pray that as we are accountable, God continues to show favor in our lives. And he continues to open up the windows of heaven and pour out blessings that we do have room enough to receive. And guess what? He's going to be able to trust us with what he's going to give us because we've been accountable to the little things that we know that we did. Amen. Amen. Yo, share the scoop. Share the scoop. We repeat what we don't repair so that we can go and repair some things. Amen. Amen. Listen, I'm excited. She Ain't Crazy is coming out. She Ain't Crazy. Listen, how Black women break down, break open, and break through. Listen, let me tell you something. I know what they said. I know what you've believed. But we are going to dismantle all of the things that the enemy has tried to get you to believe so that you could walk away from what it is that God has called you to do and called you to be. So that's going to take some work, right? We're going to have to do some disconnecting. We're going to have to do some discovery. We're going to have to develop. And then God is charging us and calling us to go and deliver. And so I'm excited. It comes out this month. And so I pray that you get it. Go to my website, www.dominiquemking.com. Yo, I'm praying for you. Share the scoop. Available wherever podcasts are found. Apple, Spotify, Amazon podcasts, all of the podcasts. If you got a podcast, I want you to listen to it. I want you to share this so that we don't continue to repeat cycles that God has given us the wisdom to repair. I'm praying for you. Pray for me. Until next time, God bless you. Bye now.